Alright, hello internet. I'm the coding teacher here again. Here to teach you how to code. We're making a customer relationship manager. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little nifty button towards the top right of the screen, like a little floppy disk that we can click, and it's going to save the current employer's data to the database. So how we're going to do that, I already did the markup to save time. So it's just this div with the class controls, and it has a font awesome icon. So I inserted font awesome here. Just Google the CDN, and I copied and pasted the code for the floppy icon in here. And then in my CSS, I just went and said that the controls div has a position absolute, right separated, one line height from the right, one line height from the top, and a z index of 2, because for some reason, things render in the order that way you put them. So because I put that controls div at the top, it was rendering before the div with the class right, so it was unclickable. And I fixed that by giving I fixed that by giving it a z index. And then the icons that are inside control, I gave it this color, a large font size, a transition, and when on hover, it gets a little bit higher alpha, so it looks darker. So let's see what that looks. There we go. So now what we need to do is actually go back to here and give this little guy an ng click. Let's say save current, no capitals, save current employer, and now we have to have a function in our scope. Function save employer is going to be, I think we only need the employer's service and the employer that we're going to save. And in here for now we're just going to say console.log employer. Alright, and now the final piece of the puzzle is actually adding it to the scope so that this ng click directive can access it. So let's say scope dot what was it that I called it here? Save current employer is equal to a function, right, that just calls save employer with the employer's service and scope dot current employer. So I don't know what I just did there. Okay, so let's go and see if that works. Let's go back to our console. Pick this one for example. Trying to save, Beats by Dre, Suge Knight. That's good. Ooh, contact person. We have a little problem here with contact person that I didn't notice before. So the ng model's name is wrong, so let me fix that real quick before I go. The ng model is called like this. So there we go. Alright, now that's fixed. So when we click here, it's going to save this, right? But it's not saving it yet because we can't. Our service doesn't have an actual way to, save records. So let's create that function. Save employer, the employer that we're going to save. So we're going to return the promise dot put, and it's going to be at API dot employers, and same thing with the catch. But in here we need a little bit more. We need the employer. Let's see here, employer dot underscore ID, right? And let's Google real quick, Angular HTTP how to send put data. I always forget how it is. I think it's with form. I want to say that's what it's called, the little attribute that you need to give it in order to be able to send data. But let's go here real quick. Okay, HTTP method get post data. Where's that data? Let me see an example. Okay, data. Here we go. Okay, so it's just data, and we can just do it like this. Although I'm fairly certain you can pass the URL and the configuration object separately. Request. Let's just try it that way and see if it works. So we're gonna pass a little object right here, right, that has data is employer, and then we're gonna catch that, blah blah blah, and then when we call the service, we have to return get all employers and also save employer. So now in here we can say employer service dot save employer, and let's go ahead and test that out real quick. So let's say that we put contact is death row records. Click on save. Let's see if we reload the page now, if that's still there. No. So let's check it out here. Did we even get a put request at all? Let's see. Well, we are not handling the response, so let's do that then. Response console.log response. So let's go back here. Let's try to put something new here. Save it. And here, the data that we got back. There's a little bit of a problem here. Oh yeah. It's trying to save the right data right here as the ID, but for some reason when it sends to the server, it doesn't actually want to get to 200 response. Let me see, did I do something wrong here? It should be put ID. Is that how the server works? Yes. Let's just make sure we do a log received request to delete or to update employer ID. There we go. So now that we made that little change, here's my server console, nothing going on there. Close it. It looks like it's acting up right now, my server console. So I'm just gonna close it and open up a new shell and go back to FBI CRM. Start the server. Hopefully it doesn't give me an address. Okay, great. Let's reload the page. We're good. Let's put something in there. Okay. Employers. Internal server error. Very cool. So let's see now what's going on. Cannot read property ID of undefined. Server.js line 58. Rec. Okay. Little problem there. Little typo. It restarted itself. Let's go back here. Let's put something here. Alright. Let's go back and reload. And it's still not updating. Data. Well, I guess I'll have to look into what's going on here and try to figure out why it is that it's not updating. And I'll see you guys next time with an explanation.